Hey guys, it's Sancarn again here, bringing you another video, and this video we're going to be back in my Superflat world, and guys, I have done quite a lot of stuff around here, so let's just get right on into it. So, do you see any difference? Well, as you can see, I've done a fair amount around here. Not a massive amount, but, you know, a bit here and there. So we can progress along here. I've got this little water catcher thingy, but we'll talk more about that later. One of the biggest parts is this thing over here. Now this is my wheat farm. So this wheat farm is semi-automatic. Of course it grows up to this sort of level. And then we can come up here and we can destroy this dirt block here. So if I do that, then this water flows down and it harvests all the wheat for us, and it pushes all the wheat directly into this line here, which is a line of hoppers. Now some wheat actually gets pushed beyond. There's nothing I can really do to prevent that. Actually, I could see about placing half slabs over here or something, or maybe even chests. That could work. But yeah, and then gradually all the wheat and everything will get pushed along, and then I can shut the system off just by placing the dirt there again, and we will actually get our wheat and seeds appearing up in here. So yeah, pretty cool if I say so myself. Now you'll see that there's some wheat and stuff that gets up to here. I'm thinking about raising this half slab platform up so no wheat can actually jump up backwards onto there, because that could get fairly annoying. As you can see, I'm actually losing out on a fair bit of the loot. Is that the best way of putting it? Yeah, the loot. But yeah, as you can see, it's working fairly well, and we're getting all the seeds and everything just flowing through very gradually, and we'll have all our wheat coming through as well. Now, as for the harvests, there's going to be a fair bit, probably about a stack or so of wheat, which will be good, especially for our animal breeding later on, if we actually make an animal breeder. I'm considering actually making a peaceful mob farm instead of a animal breeder, but we'll just have to see about that. We'll have to see if I can actually get a system together that actually works fairly efficiently. Yeah, we'll just have to see. And also, this is how we plant the system. So one of the things that I didn't like about most of the systems I see is, you know, there was one that one of my friends, Mog Swamp, did very recently, where you have sort of a layer of seeds, and then it goes up a step, and then another layer, up a step again. And what I don't like about that sort of system is it's actually pretty hard to actually plant the seeds. This way you literally just walk along and hold down the right mouse button, and you know, that's really quite simple. What are you doing here? Die. Yeah, so I like this sort of design a bit better, because it allows you to literally go through and do the lazy way of planting all the stuff. Now my hoe is here as well, so I might as well go back here and hoe this bit of ground, plant my seed in, come back down here, plant this, and you can see we're starting to get all our wheat now. All good, all good. And we can also walk up this. I made sure that we could walk up this this hopper and this chest and all the way up the stairs. So yeah, that's my wheat farm. It's actually pretty simple the way it works. So I could actually probably go into that now. I can't actually get up there. 1 second. Aha. Do this. Okay, so what happens is as follows. When we break this dirt block here, the water pours down, comes down into these crevices here. Now, first thing to realize is the water doesn't go spilling out the front. Like, if you look at it, you would have thought that it would, because there is actually nothing stopping the water coming out of this hole here, between these two pieces of cobblestone. However, I use a trick here where the water takes the flow of least resistance, and you see the water here can go straight down here, but if it came this way it would have to go over this pressure plate, which is classed as a full block, and then down, and therefore it likes to go the horizontal ways more than coming out towards you, which is always good, because if it came out towards you it would make a mess all over the place. Anyway, then the water flows down, and then it drops down one of these holes, and every single time it does that, it has to also drop down a level, like so. It drops down another level, and then we come to another platform, and it just spills out of here, then carries on going, and spills out of here. And these platforms are specifically designed such that the water won't take a very specific route. For example, if we knocked it down to this, right? The water, when it comes here, will automatically flow down to this end, just this end though. It wouldn't actually spread out at all. Whereas when we actually have this up to here as well, in this pattern, the water spreads out over the whole platform and then comes down to this lower platform and then along and through. And this means we just get to cover a very large amount of space. So that's our wheat farm. It's there. It's all in all, it looks pretty nice. I kind of like the whole sort of old look of it. It doesn't look, you know, brand new. It looks very worn down. It kind of looks like, you know, your Aztec pyramids, those sorts of things. And this is why I like it. I was going for a sort of Mexican Aztec look to the whole build, and I think it turned out pretty nicely. Now we're going to move on to this here, which is my elevator, and it goes all the way up to the sky, round about to level, I think it's about 170, 180. Now I needed this elevator because currently, if we actually look, we are at, what, Y level 1.5. This is right near the bedrock, and I needed a way of getting up really high up to go into the nether, into close to the roof of the nether. So I made this little horse ladder thing. I was thinking of just going with the normal ladder. Then I thought that's not very good. Then I thought I really want a quick elevator design. I considered using enderpearl elevators, but of course I don't have the enderpearls for that currently. So then I decided to go with this old horse ladder, after considering a lot of other things like boat elevators and such. But this was really the best sort of type of elevator, and also the fastest. So this works on the principle that the horse steps up a block at a time, so you don't have, like your normal character has to jump over a block, whereas a horse will actually step up a full block, and that's what this whole system is based off. So if I actually just get off here, we can see that our character can jump up this block, then jump up this block. Then the horse is also I think a whole block in across, or more than a block across, and that means that he can also jump up onto this other thing here. Then he can jump up again on top of the cobblestone wall, jump up again on top of the wooden fence, and then step up onto these iron bars here. Then he can jump up again, so if I just get myself up again, he can jump up onto this iron bar thing because it's slightly smaller than the iron bar down there, jump up again, then jump up the ladders, and then jump up the stone, like this. And it's travelled a whole block in that time. So if I just show you this in action, I literally just get on the horse, and I just hold forward, and we go up here. Now I jump across here, and go all the way up to the top. Now at the top here, you'll notice that we have this orange carpet, and then over there we have some water. So what we do is we literally just run in, we instantaneously dismount the horse as soon as we hit the water, and this horse is now on some trapdoors. You can see those trapdoors there. And basically what we can do is when we walk over this tripwire, you couldn't actually hear it very well because my sounds are actually very low. But if I walk over this, you can actually hear all the trapdoors opening and closing, and that's because down there I have a little minecart booster system. Okay, so here we have it here. So the tripwire hook is just above that block there, and it opens this door here, this iron door, and you can see there's actually a button on there, so I'll actually show you it in action in a second. And then this minecart rolls down. Now this minecart is a group of minecarts, or a hypercart, and it rolls down and it activates all of these tripwires, and these open the trapdoors, and then it bounces back and then resets itself. And then the horse that's standing there falls down into that little water canal there, and then goes along a bit and then falls down again into the lower water bit where we first started. So let me just show it to you in action. We press this button, the minecarts come along, and the horse drops down, and you will be able to see that the horse is travelling along down there, and it's now going to fall off down to the lower level where we started. Now, just if any of you were wondering, up here we have these carpets, and basically what this does is it means that the horse can never get up here because it kind of sees the carpet. It doesn't see it as a block, it sees it as air, so it can't jump onto air, and therefore the horse itself can never actually get out of where it is there. And this is why we have these carpets here. It's because it sees the carpet as air, and therefore it will never escape out of this part. So whenever we walk across the tripwire up there, the horse will always fall down to the bottom here. So yep, here's that tripwire that I was talking about, and when we activate this, the carts go along. I did a bit of decoration here, just sort of trying to give it that sort of Greek look. Like an ancient temple sort of look. And beyond here we have our portal, which goes to the nether. And here we actually have a pitfall. So this is what I was talking about earlier. We just hop on through here. We can fall down into this water and we won't take any damage when we hit the ground here. Pretty cool, huh? I think the final thing that I had to tell you guys about the overworld is I've started another beacon pyramid here, I still haven't got my first beacon, but we're going to do that eventually. And this will give us another 4 beacons for around here. One will give us resistance, one will give us regen, one of them will give us strength, and the other will give us swiftness to run around with. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. We're going to have a really cool base here with these beacons. Now let me just hop back up to the top there, and I'll show you what I have in the nether. So let's do this fully without any explanation now. Just going to ride the horse up the elevator, and yeah, we can see what happens. Also get these netherite blocks. Cool. So up we go. Righto. Up to the top here, and out and through. So you can see it's actually a pretty fast design. Right, and into the nether we go! Okay, so finally here in the nether. Down here we actually have another sort of elevator thing. We only have a falling elevator, so there's no actual way of getting up. But I'll show you that in a couple of minutes or so. But basically you just open this trapdoor and fall to your doom, but at the bottom there's some ladders that actually prevent us from falling all the way. But up here I've got something to show you. There's a chest here with some materials, because what we're going to do is we're going to, you see this bit of wool here? Essentially just above this piece of bedrock there's the top of the nether. And basically what we want to do is we want to put a portal up there, and we want a way of getting quickly up to the top or the roof of the nether. So I've got these materials here which is going to help us do that. I think the way that I'm going to get up there is going to be a fairly sort of new way. The method I'm going to do it is going to be new. However, I have seen someone do a similar thing before, which is actually where I got the idea from. But I just needed a better way of actually getting up there, because his way required powered rails and a bunch of complicated stuff. So if you just give me a minute, I'll go back and I'll get some obsidian for the portal that I'm going to put up there. And yeah, well, and then we're going to try and do this thing. So yeah, 1 minute guys. Actually, just before I cut, I might as well show you how this works then. So you literally just open it and fall down, and then go over to one of the sides with the iron bars, and you can see there's these ladders here which just sort of catch your fall. So it's actually really quite simple. And yeah, then I just fall down here, and there's our 3x3 portal, because now we have the new portal mechanics. We can create portals of different sizes, and now it just looks so much better than it did before. Okay, so that's that dealt with. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get these tools and such. Now I'm going to also empty my inventory, because I might well die in the making of this thing here. So I'm just going to empty my inventory and get the specific tools and such that I need. Okay. I'm going to want a pickaxe, so probably go for this one. That sounds like a good idea. So, the first thing we're going to need is our fence and our hopper. So we're going to get into position here, and now there are a lot of places where you can actually find this in the nether. So where you have a point up here at at 125, y equals 125. But there's no sort of other surrounding points, if you like, so it's actually going to be pretty hard to do it, to get your minecart up here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use a trick for X-ray devices. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our fence post against there, and you often get this in the Nether. You'll have points where you'll have sort of a little pocket around, little sort of air pockets around this thing, but like a couple of levels down. Anyway, so then we're going to place our hopper against this fence post. Now you'll notice that we're actually inside this hopper. What we can do now is we can get one of our rails here and a minecart, right? And we can place the rail on top, so now the rail's on top of that, and now we can place the minecart on top of that rail. Okay, so now when we jump, there's actually a minecart like directly above us. Now, we're going to want to be able to like hop into this minecart at any time. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to use this ladder here. Okay, so what we're going to need to do now is probably the tricky bit. We're going to have to mine this hopper, and as soon as we mine the hopper, we're going to have to place a ladder against this wall. Ah! And you see, I did something just then that you don't want to do. Sometimes the hopper will land on your head before you can do this. So I'm going to just keep at this until I can actually do it. And yeah, hopefully I'll speed this up in the meantime. Okay, man, that thing is so annoying. Anyways, so what's the next thing that we're going to do? Well, we're going to get rid of this fence. It's not needed anymore. Right, now this is where tricky stuff starts happening. So the first thing we're going to need to do, right, is we're going to have to get in this minecart, place a rail above our head, and then we're going to instantly hop out of the minecart. Okay, so this is where you might start taking damage. So I'm going to get rid of all the stuff that I don't need. Like these rails, and let's also get that pick out of the way. We don't need that anymore. We don't need the fence. Don't need the ladder. And we definitely don't need this obsidian, so yeah, we don't need eggs with us. Let's just throw these eggs, see if we get any chickens. Nope. Okay, so so you saw there, we managed to place that rail down. Now what we're going to have to do now, we're going to have to jump and hop into this minecart, press Q and forward at the same time so we land on top of this ladder. Then we're going to have to jump again and double right click. So it's jump, right click, Q and forward, and then jump and double right click. So you can see this is already getting a bit complicated, but We're going to try it here, and we're going to try not to die. We've got plenty of iron in that chest, so it doesn't matter if we do die. Although we will lose 38 levels, but I don't care. It'll give us an incentive to do it, right? So let's try this then. So jump, right click, Q forward, jump, double right click. Okay. Oh shit. There we go. So we managed to do it. Okay, and now we're on top of the nether, which is a bit of a shame, because now we don't have a portal, so now we're going to have to wait for ourselves to starve. Yeah, I didn't really think this through, did I? Okay. Well, I was... Great. Okay, well, that's fun. Not gonna lie. No, I don't want to pick it up. Damn it. So I'm gonna throw my stuff there. And just kind of like run in a direction until I die now. Actually, no, I should probably just wait around here. Just to starve myself. So guys, I'll tell you when I starve myself. Yeah. It's great. Like, I know, what about my plans? What are my plans? That's always a good thing to talk about. So my plans for this series. Well, I've been sort of postponing this episode for ages now. I've been really busy, had resets to do, and a ton of friends to see. And I've been really just spending a lot of time with my friends, my family, my girlfriend, because I've recently got into a new relationship. The one with the old relationship didn't really work out at the end, but hey, it was still a good relationship. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of videos, a lot of Minecraft videos, but I just haven't been making any, and I thought, you know, I better do it ASAP, so I just hopped to, and I got this one done. It's pretty good. And you know, I wish there was just a way of me making sure that I will actually get in this minecart and it won't just go away, but essentially, yeah, that's my that's what's been going on recently. I thought I'd just pick these up and throw them back in. Yeah, just reset their timer. But yeah, like, that's really all that's been happening in my world. I've just been putting this episode off for so long, and I thought, well, I best not even play on this world, you know, because I don't want to make too much progress or whatever. So yeah, I wanted to talk through my plans for the series and everything. And here we go. Now we start starving, which is always good. Really should have done something with this 38 levels, but oh well. Not much I can do with that now. So yeah, my plans for this series are... I'm definitely still interested in Superflat. I want to start terraforming the world, making the world look a bit nicer. I want an area that we can make that looks a lot like the real world, you know? And yeah, that's one of my big plans. I also am planning on doing a massive mob farm. Also a peaceful mob trap, that's going to be fun. We're going to build a gold farm on top of the nether here, and that's also going to be incredibly fun. I think I've got a really cool way of making a fully automatic gold farm, so that's going to be really cool when I get that sorted out. I've also seen Daniel Coates' recent zombie pigman farm, and that also looks pretty cool. So I might use that sort of design as well. Here we go. We starved to death finally. And my home bed was missing, so I need to try and get back home. A few deaths later, and we have this on the roof of the nether. Yeah, so I'm kind of messed up my recording a bit, so here I am, redoing another recording, and this is effectively what we have on the roof of the nether now. So again, another 3x3 portal, and I was thinking of putting torches here and here, just to light up the area a bit. But yeah, this is it, and then we can literally just hop in here and go out to the overworld, and we'll pop out the top portal here, and then we can go back in, and we'll be, right where we were before. Well, not before, but just lower down. So yeah, I'm thinking about putting another minecart or so, like intermediately, so one pretty much just on top of here. So I can literally hop, and then hop again. But yeah, apart from that, I guess this part of the project is pretty much done. So, I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Right guys, that's it for today, so I'll see you again in the next video.